Hello, this is Mighty Owl. Smells like somebody's baking. And that must mean it's bake sale time. Mia is going to bake brownies, but her recipe makes way too many brownies, so she needs to find out the ingredients for 1/3 of the recipe. If the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of sugar, how much will Mia need to use? Well, another way we can say that is, what is 1/3 of 1/2? The word of in this sentence indicates multiplication of 1/2 and 1/3. So let's set up an area model to help us with this. Here we have a box that represents 1/2. And notice that the rows are representing the first part of our multiplication problem. And we will now create columns to represent 1/3. And we're going to create 3 equal parts, but only shade in one column. Do you notice how there is one section that's purple? That's because it overlaps both the red 1/2 and the blue 1/3. This represents the numerator of our answer, 1. And now how many parts do we have in total? Well, that's right, we have 6 sections, which is our new denominator, 6. So 1/2 of 1/3 is 1/6, and Mia needs 1/6 cup of sugar. Excellent work! The use of diagrams like this is only to give us an idea or to visualize that the answer is exactly the same as if we simply multiply the numerators and the denominators. Now we need to find out how much flour Mia needs. The original recipe calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour. And now we need to find 1/3 of that amount. All right, here we have 2 1/4 colored in our model. And notice that the holes are divided into fourths. Now, if we will need to create the 3 columns and shade in one column to show the multiplication of 1/3. Now, we will need to create the 3 columns and shade in one column to show the multiplication of 1/3. There we go, perfect. All right, there are 9 sections that are shaded purple, showing the overlap of the blue and the red. So the numerator of our answer is 9. And there are a total of 12 sections in each hole. So this means that the denominator is 12. But be careful, don't just count the total number of sections. We want to count how many sections are in one hole. 2 1/4 multiplied by 1/3 is equal to 9/12. And now we can simplify. Our numerator and denominator here are both in the 3 times table. So if we divide 9 by 3, we get a 3. And 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And that gives us an answer of 3/4. Fantastic work! Ooh, once we bake the brownies, we can sell them at the bake sale. Speaking of selling, Mia is going to sell a pan of brownies for $12. 1/4 of the pan has already been sold. And Sue wants to purchase 1/3 of the rest of the pan. So how much will Sue pay for the brownies? Ooh, this is a good problem. Now, let's start with how much of the pan Sue is going to purchase. Starting with a full pan, we know that 1/4 of the pan has already been sold. All right, that means that 3/4 of the pan is left. Now, one way to visualize this is by making an area model. We already colored the unsold brownies section in our box. The next step is to divide the box with vertical lines and represent our thirds, like this. Then we color 1/3, and here is our purple section. Our numerator is 3. And how many sections do we have in total? 12. So our answer is 3/12. And we can reduce this fraction by dividing the denominator and the numerator by 3. And 3 divided by 3 equals 1, and 12 divided by 3 equals 4, or 1/4. We can also just multiply the two fractions like this. Top times top over bottoms times bottom, which equals 3/12. And again, we simplify the fraction and get 1/4. Exactly the same result as we got from our diagram. Nice, right? So we know that Sue will be purchasing a quarter of the pan. And if a whole pan costs $12, we need to find out how much 1/4 of the pan will cost. So let's multiply. 1/4 of $12 is, well, $3. Yeah, I think you got the hang of this. Ooh, look at those sandwiches. Must be lunchtime. Jenny, Mia, Will, and Eric have 2 sandwiches to share for lunch. How much will each person get? Well, since there are 4 friends, we can split each of the 2 sandwiches into fourths. And each person can get 1/4 of each sandwich. Now, since there are 2 sandwiches, each person will get 2 1/4s. And 1/4 plus 1/4, well, that's 2/4. And we can simplify this by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 2, and that will give us 1/2. And we can also represent the equation as 2 sandwiches divided by 4 people, which can be written as 2 over 4, as the line between the numerator and the denominator means division. And look, 2/4 again. But don't forget to simplify the fraction. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2, so we get 1/2 again. Dividing sandwiches is a real work of art. Ooh, what a great day. We multiplied fractions using various mighty area models. These models only prove that we get the same answer at the end as if we simply multiply tops by tops and bottoms by bottoms. And don't forget to always simplify your fractions. Keep it up. You're doing such a great job. And I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson for some more mighty math.